friends. Good Monday morning. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. We're doing the Monday thing. We do it every Monday. I've been playing around with the time at which I do it. Sometimes it's 9:30, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's even 10:30. But we like to get together Monday morning to use tarot to get a beat on the week ahead. So we'll do 3 cards for the collective. Should we call it something different than a collective? My Star Trek mind is like thinking about the Borg collective. I do not wish to read for the Borg. Yeah, see, that's the mood I'm starting my week in. All right. 3 cards for the collective, single cards for those who ask. These are cards to give us something to think about as we start our week, to guide our week, to give us a heads up on what might happen this week, where we want to put our focus, the energy for the week ahead. Remember the card and then join us back on Friday. We'll do a card for Friday and see how it all goes together. And a few of you, Jackie and a couple of other people recently too, have been really good at remembering what the 3 cards are and letting me know so that we come back on Friday, because I'll forget to write it down. And I'm not going to write it down while I'm doing it because that would be weird. So for those of you who are willing to write down those cards and remind me when we come back on Friday, so appreciated. All right. So this is a fun deck we're playing with today. This is Millennial Tarot. You know, one of the amazing perks of being your tarot fairy godmother is y'all are so kind and generous, and some of you see fit to send me tarot decks. Now, full disclosure, Peggy Lou Levens sent me Benabel Wen's Spirit Keepers Tarot. So exciting. Am I reading with that yet? God, no. It's like anything Benabel Wen. It's intense, and it's going to take a while. So we won't see that yet. Robin, of course, gave me Pot Tarot. Should I use that in these? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that's universally loved enough. But what am I using? This recent gift from Pamela Phillips. Millennial Tarot. Am I a millennial? Lord, no, I am not. But I am a lover of the avocado. And I think it's funny that the avocado and avocado toast and being willing to pay $10 for avocado toast, which I am. I think that's so funny that that's like a millennial thing. Because what do you think we were doing in the 80s? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, beyond beer and, maybe some other things unmentionable, what do you think I was selling? And tie-dyes and beads, okay, yes. But I was also in the parking lot, before I was doing tarot readings, I was selling like avocado and tofu and tempeh sandwiches. What do you think? Do you think we didn't have avocados back in the day? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. So I think it's funny that this generation is associated with avocados. And I think my generation, what were we associated with? Well, and I was really in the counterculture. So I think my generation was associated with Reaganomics. I'm sorry to say. But I'm part of that. Anyway, so I realized here I am, a boomer using Millennial Tarot. I've not done a reading with it. I just did a blind reaction, unboxing and a blind reaction right here on YouTube. So check it out. But you're going to check it out here. See what you think. 3 cards for the collective, single cards for individual. Introducing the amazing Millennial Tarot. 78 cards for the journey of adulting, because the struggle is real. And maybe, as a boomer, I can identify with this, because it's not like the struggle gets any less real, my friends. It's not like the struggle gets any less real. Computers, that's interesting. Sure, Sure. I mean, I didn't have my first computer until after I'd had a baby. I mean, I was in my 30s when I got my first computer. I mean, I am of the generation in high school where we had a house telephone. It had wires, like little curly cord. And to talk to my friends, I would have to take the cord, stretch it as far as I could into my bedroom and close the door on the cord so I could have privacy to talk to my friends during my phone hours. That was my high school generation right there, from 3:30 to 5. And from 7 to 8 on weekdays, I was allowed to talk on the phone with my friends. And so I did during those hours. Anyway, Marion, that sounds delicious. Tofu, tempeh, and avocado, right? Right in a pita? That was a great thing, man. And I would mash up the tofu and I would put like some onion and garlic and stuff in it. Yeah, I would do that. Claire C., but boomers invented all this tech. That's true. That is very, very true. IT John among them. Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. But we were eating avocados while we were doing it. I think, right? All right, enough Monday morning silliness. Let's do this thing. And as I said, this is my first shuffle. This is my first read with this deck. So, we're going to have fun. And I can already see I'm not going to be able to riffle it. This is not a deck I can riffle, at least not yet. It's too, what is it too? Why is it not riffleable? I'm not sure. And that's the trick, man, to making a perfect deck for me, is it needs to be able to hold up, so you want that good stock like this, but you also need to be able to riffle it. Like, I feel like in a way, when the stock is too good, you can't riffle. But then if it's not good enough, you're going to destroy it by riffling, which you're going to do anyway. The question is, how long is it going to take? So, here we go. Let's see what we got. 3 cards for the collective for this week. The High Priestess, which in this deck is the festival goer, understanding how life works. What do you think about as the High Priestess understanding how life works? What do you think about the High Priestess as the festival goer? I love it and hate it. I love it because in a way it makes perfect sense, but in a way it doesn't, because you think about the High Priestess being very serene and quiet, which is not necessarily the festival scene, although it can be. You can find your spaces there. So, the High Priestess. And one thing I love about this deck, and I'm just noticing here, look, we've got the astrological association. Let me see if I can hold it up so you can see it. It's got the moon. So these are really interesting cards. We've got the official title, the regular title, traditional title. We've got the millennial title, and then we've got this little sentence to help us understand the card. We've got an astrological association. So, okay. High Priestess, the Empress. I shuffled. I want you to know I did shuffle. I didn't riffle, but I did shuffle. And the Empress is the Etsy queen, caring for creations. I love this. Because it brings in the creative aspect without necessarily making it specifically about motherhood. Although I will say this, if Etsy had existed when my mother was alive, my own mother would have been the Etsy queen. Okay, so now I'm thinking I didn't shuffle well enough, but I really believe that I did. And so what do you do in a case like this? It is a new deck. I didn't riffle. I could have just not shuffled well, but yet I cut and I did it, and these are the cards that come up. What would you do? Would you shuffle more and say, oh, bad shuffle? Or would you just take the reading? I'm going to just take the reading and recognize a couple of things that, the amazement that we've got this High Priestess, Empress, Emperor would have been more amazing if I had riffled a bit more that this could include a shuffle error. And so we're going to dial down on the, oh my gosh, this is huge. But we are going to see something here. Here, the emperor, charting a path, is the patriarchy. They went there. You know, I'll joke about the emperor and smash the patriarchy. Oh, and Michelle says, just take the reading. Fair. Okay. And Bianca says, the cards are meant to be. Marion says, I take the reading 95% of the time, more or less. Okay, I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Because that is a question, and honestly, it's a question that has plagued me for all of my career. So I'm glad we've all kind of come to, just take the reading, because there it is. Thank you. All right. So they did it. They called it the patriarchy. And I'm sorry. And I don't know if it's going to happen this week, but the energy for it, what if the festival goer and the Etsy queen kind of come together and smash the patriarchy? Why couldn't it happen this week? Seriously. I think when we look at these big energies, what are we looking at in our society? We're talking about issues of gender. We're talking about issues of participation in public. Who gets to participate in society? That is our conversation right now. Who gets to participate? It's about gender. It's about age. It's about ability and disability. It's about class and economics and all of these things. Who gets to participate? And I think what this says to me is, let's all participate. Let's all participate. Let's show up for ourselves, for the spirit. Let's show up for the spirit. Let's show up as creators, and let's care for those creations. And let's show up for the community. Maybe we don't smash the patriarchy, but maybe we don't become it either. Maybe we find a way to take these energies and put them together, because here we have structure, and structure matters. And so then how does this relate to our lives for the week as people? Pay attention to family. Pay attention to the quiet space that you need. Get busy being creative. Honor your commitments. And think about who you are, how you want to build community, and how you want to show up in that community. So that was fun. That was fun. Let me know what you think. I'm going to shuffle even more, although again, can't riffle. So I gave this a glowing review in my unboxing. But the addendum would be, these are freaking hard to shuffle. Okay, so Joyous Ocean agrees with just take the reading. Very good. Let me know what you think about how we interpreted these particular cards for these particular times, and the interpretation for the collective, and then bring it to the individual. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going to take requests in the order in which I see them. I am furiously shuffling. Let's see what we got. Claire C. I want to thank you so much for being a member. I want to thank you so much for the super chat. My brother is home and recovering with no blockages anywhere in his body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting us know. We have all been holding your family, you, your brother, in our hearts, in our minds, in our prayers, in our best wishes, in our magic. And I am so glad to get this report. Please do keep us posted. And as you're being so busy being a good caregiver to your siblings, please do take care of yourself as well. So for the interpretation, Michelle F., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I really like the interpretation. It resonates with me. Claire C., spot on interpretation. Perfect, perfect. You are allowed to disagree with me. I may get pissy about it, but it'll be in good humor. We'll have fun with it. Really? Ha! So this is funny. I was just joking about how I'll be if you disagree with me, which you do have permission to. And a card just like sort of flew out. Maybe it was a jumper. This will not be a reading for anyone. I just have to share it. It's the 7 of Vibes, which is this, I think Vibes is Wands. I'm going to have to refresh myself on that really quickly. Vibes is Wands. Sorry, not sorry. Ha! I love it. I love it. Joyous Ocean, loved the interpretation. Okay, here we go. The 2 of Vibes. Vibes is Wands, so fire. So 2 of Wands. New career, who dis? Making a choice. So that's kind of fun too. I love that. Okay, so Joyous Ocean, I'd get pissy. Okay, let's do cards for people now. Here we go. The first request I see here is Claire C. Thank you for being a member. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the super chat. So glad about your brother. Here is a card for you. The 5 of Swag. Swag, of course, is Pentacles. Furlough. A setback. Well, I mean, it makes sense given what your brother's going through. But I think this week you're really going to look at, like, how do these things affect you? When there are these family issues, maybe you are a caregiver, maybe you're a support giver, maybe you're a prayer giver. But however you're showing up for that, how does it affect you mentally, emotionally? How does it affect your time? How does it affect your creativity? And this is not about resentment. This is about how are you going to do all the things? And holding space for the fact that this is sad. We don't like it when this happens. We step up. We maybe feel survivor guilt that it happened to a sibling and not to us. I mean, you can feel a lot of different ways about these kinds of things. So I think this week, Claire, is about just being present for what has happened, for what is happened, and how you fit that into your life and keep space for what you need to do for you. You can't lose sight of that. Dr. Aled, Robin Renee, so nice to see you. I did have a nice Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Here is a card for you. The Page of Swag, that's like the Page of Pentacles. The personal trainer receiving a message. Here you are at the beginning of a whole new part of your life. You are training, you are learning, you are doing new things. Different things educationally, living in a different place, it's all new. And recognize that it is good to create in this time. It is good to create a discipline. It is good to create that space to do the things you need to do. Because where you are now is also not where you're going to be. It's been like, you've been on this long journey and you're now in the next leg of the journey, but it's still not where you're going to be. So set up good habits and good disciplines right now for this so that you can do this and then get on to the next thing. Obviously not just in a week, but in this week, start setting those things up. It's funny with tarot how you can focus in on, okay, just for the week. But these big messages can come up that I think have greater importance and can really carry us through for quite a long while, I believe. Maria Baresi, it's so nice to see you. I shuffled, but you also get this. This is the second time, I think in a row, Maria, that I'm remembering you getting a card that's not feeling good. It's not feeling good toward work. I know you've been working a job. I'm wondering if you're not liking the job. I'm wondering if there's some things just going on that you're not really happy with right now, this minute. And so if this is a tough week, really try to focus on what's making it tough and what you can do about it. And if it's a matter of holding space for healing, okay. If it's a matter of waiting for opportunity, okay. But if it's something you can change, if it's something you can do something about, you have earned that privilege. So don't be afraid to make a change that serves you. All right. Anthony. Anthony. You get justice. They call this the social justice warrior, which is funny because that is not every person's favorite sort of stereotype of a person. But the idea is about being a person who wants to see, being a person who has a sense of what fairness feels like to you, and you want to see things that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting things to be fair. And it may be, whether it's in a small way right now, Anthony, with something you're dealing with in your life where it doesn't feel fair, or whether it is you looking at the greater world and seeing things going on in the greater world that, really don't seem right to you. I feel like you're going to be thinking about that this week. And what I'm going to say to you is this. There's an old expression, do not cut off your nose to spite your face. What it means is, even if something is making you angry or upsetting you, don't miss out on an opportunity because of that, if that makes sense. Smile Soul 20, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I'm just reading ahead, and I see Febborn. I often question why tarot spirituality is not incorporated into traditional therapy. Everybody needs a Christiana. And then we could really train people specifically to that therapeutic aspect, although there is a whole new crop, younger people in their 30s and 40s, coming up who have that psychological training, that clinical therapeutic training, and are tarot readers. So it is kind of happening, and I'm excited. I'm here for it. I'm glad it's happening. All right. Smile Soul 20, thank you for your patience and thank you for your membership. Look at you. You get the Ace of Cups. In this deck, the Suit of Cups is called Feels, of course, and it's swipe right, a new opportunity. This literally can be a new opportunity for love. And of course, when we talk about love, there's friendship, there's romantic love, there's all kinds of love. There's no such thing as bad love. Well, isn't that a song, actually? No, it's probably not. Oh, I'm thinking about Bad Romance by Lady Gaga and then maybe Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. But no. Anyway. I love that it's swipe right. And I like this whole idea now. And let's just swipe right on life, right? Let's swipe right on love in all its forms. There is something about this millennial deck that is making me very philosophical and at the same time, just it's cracking me up. It's funny. Like it's funny, but it's true. And it's funny because it's true. So swipe right. That's the thing. Smile Soul 20. This could be telling you to do internet dating too. I'm just saying. So this week, if you want to do some internet dating, do it. One way or the other, be open to new opportunities, Smile Soul 20. And one way or the other, be open to love in all its forms. Kim Case. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I know you're a member here in your other account. We appreciate you so much. There is a lot of love for this deck in this thread. Pamela Phillips, I hope you're seeing it. This is funny because neither Pamela nor I are millennials, but she got it. She liked it. She got me one. I'm loving it, obviously. Smile Soul 20, I am. Good, you do that. Yes. Yes, this bodes very well for you, my friend. Very well for you. All right. Okay, Kim Case. The Page of Wands, the house DJ, receiving a message. Okay, so there's a couple of things. This week, Kim Case, be open to messages from Spirit. Guidance from those who have recently passed on, guidance from ancestors. At the same time, think about what's going to make you feel more youthful, what's going to make you feel more healed, what's going to make you feel better of body, mind, and spirit. You are on a new journey, brand new. There's no guidebook for how you're going to do this. So you have to feel your way through, but use your spirituality, use your creativity. All right. Febborn, here we go. Thank you so much for your kind words. We appreciate you. Here is your card for the week. The Seven of Thoughts. Febborn. So thoughts, of course, swords. Stepping out of the comfort zone, but also being shady. And here's your problem. Here's your exact problem. This week and recently every week, you need to step outside of your comfort zone. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world to be more present in the right places with the right people. But there's so many shady people in the world, and you don't really know what to do with them when you see them, so you just like to get away from them. I think that's the key. I think you have to start learning how to identify shady people and say, okay, you're shady. Okay. Have boundaries with them and not let them put you at any risk, but don't be afraid of them, because if you're afraid of them, then they have power over you and you don't want to give them power over you. Okay, so this is a case. I'm sorry, this is like turning into this extended tarot lesson because of this deck, and the teacher in me can't help it. This is a case where, we talk a lot about how does the deck matter? Does the deck matter to the interpretation? And some people say very much yes. Some people will say maybe not. And I'm more on the maybe not camp, because I say I read with tarot, this larger thing that I call upon. But this is so poignant and so strong that it really is influencing my interpretations in a way that does seem true to the archetype of each card as I understand it. So it doesn't feel like I'm outside of tarot at all. I just feel like I'm deeper into it. And this is why I have faith in the future. And this is why I love millennials, because these are the people that are going to save our planet. They have to. They have no choice. It's do or die for them. Sorry, we're leaving you that. But this proves to me that the wisdom of this deck proves to me they can, because they can take this old thing and turn it into a new thing and make it, in some ways better. You gotta love it. All right. Here we go. PL Day, so nice to see you. And if you'd like to see PL Day, there's a picture of PL Day and me in my office on the community thread. Go check us out and say hey to our smiling faces. And it's nice to see you here today, PL Day. Thanks so much for being a member. And here is your card for the day. The Seven of Feels, the thirst trap. So it looks like all the sevens are called stepping out of the comfort zone, it seems. I've not read the book. I'm learning how to work with this deck like this in real time. That's what we're seeing. So this week, PL Day, whether this is about family, whether this is about spirituality, whether this is about relationship, whether this is about politics, whether this is about well-being, whatever it's about, pay extra special attention to individuals, professionals, scam artists, the media, trying to distract you, and to your own desire to be distracted, because we all have that. Stay with what you know to be true. Stay with what you know to be real. And if you need to research, if you need to figure it out, really try to use reputable stuff and beware of confirmation bias. Get your own stuff out of the way. This week, you could be getting sucked into something that some way of thinking, some belief, some aspect of relationship, some project, or some family dynamic that is not serving you. So be careful, my friend. A word to the wise. Pamela Phillips, do you know how much I'm loving you right now for giving me this deck? And I'm thinking, like, can everyone in the thread who is actually really enjoying this, enjoying seeing this deck and seeing what we can do with it, and enjoying my sort of delight and puzzlement as I learn how the deck works in real time? If you're not enjoying that, I do apologize. But if you are, thank Pamela. If you're not, blame Pamela. There we go. That's fun. All right, Pamela Phillips, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Here is a card for you. Death. We're here in Millennial Tarot. It's student loans, closing one door and opening another. And that's the important thing about, I think actually student loans is really kind of a smart thing here. Because when we think about death in the way we think about it traditionally in tarot, it talks about a change, a transformation. And you have gone through a very difficult transformation recently, that it in fact was the passing of your mom. And I'm sure this was a very difficult Mother's Day for you, and we're all sending you lots of love. But I think even though student loans is very specific to this one generation, that's like a thing because of what happened to the cost of education. The idea that even though we understand that everything that has happened is part of a natural process, that yes, one door has closed, another has opened. Yes, we have grief and gratitude. Yes, we have things to accomplish, and yes, your life is changing. Both you and she are now freed in a certain way. But there's a debt, There's a debt in tiredness. There's a debt in grief. There's a debt in processing. And this week, that debt may feel kind of heavy. So make space for that. Call a friend, whatever, do something, make space for the heaviness, which is understandable given the circumstance, and you'll get through it. All right, daughter, here we go. The Hierophant, the Instagram guru, seeking guidance from others. So this is interesting because my take on the Hierophant very often is you yourself are the Hierophant. And Pamela's daughter, I'm talking to you. And of course, Instagram guru, in a way that sort of makes me think just about, what it is you do, that what you do is sort of part of that whole world because it gets photographed, because it gets seen. And so there is something here about that collaborative process where you are in charge and where you are collaborating and where you are seeking advice. And this week, be very careful about that positioning. Be an authority where you are an authority. Ask authority and defer to authority when appropriate. Assist in the collaboration when appropriate. All is moving you forward. Hey, Pip in England. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Pip, the Five of Vibes, which is the Five of Wands, frenemies. This card is called a setback. There could be some difficulties this week that you need to be aware of. And just recognize that sometimes you have to be extremely creative and strategic about the way to make things work in difficult circumstances. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. And so use your creativity, use your strategy, and know that it might not be pleasant. but it could move you forward. Denise Woods, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. All right, here we go. You and your family. Here we go. Denise, the Eight of Wands, literally obsessed, marinating in it. So, okay. So this week, Denise, think about what you're marinating in. Let's do that. Think about what messaging are you giving yourself? And how is that moving you forward, and how is that not? And if it's not, why not stop it? Why not stop it? Seriously. So I think it's about being in charge of your own energy. I think that's what it comes down to. All right, Jerry. Okay, it's no coincidence. I shuffled and pulled the same card for husband and wife. Denise and Jerry, this is about you together as a couple. This week, spend some time, laugh together, create together, cook together, collaborate together, try to have some fun together, and also recognize the ways in which you absolutely irritate each other and learn to laugh at it, and then look at the ways that you hurt each other and try to figure out a way around that. All right. Hey, can I get some more likes on this video? Like, there's a bunch of people here and very few people like this video. And if you don't like this video, what are you doing here? Really. Okay. Tanda, the Two of Fields, that's the Two of Cups, engagement photos, making a choice. What's the, I can't quite read the astrology on this. So interesting. It'll take a while to learn this deck, actually. So, Tanda, this week, work on relationships. Thank you for the likes. I see them. Thank you. We can have more, but thank you. Tanda, this may be literally about this week nurturing a romantic relationship. It may be about your own self-esteem. It may be about relationships at work or within family. But this week, pay attention to relationships and pay attention to how a relationship works, how a relationship looks, and how a relationship is. Those are three different things. And kind of know that and look at the differences, how it looks, how it works, how it is. There's a 3-card relationship tarot reading we just made up. That's fun, right? Okay. All right. Amy, you're up next. Amy, the Four of Swag. That's Four of Pentacles. The period scheme. The pyramid scheme. Manifesting results. So, and for me, this card can be very much about boundaries and setting appropriate boundaries. So who am I on? I said Amy, but I think, yeah, no, I'm right, because I did Tanda. Okay, this is Amy. Amy. This week, you really do need to think about what you want to manifest in your life, what you want to create in your life. But be careful, don't fall for BS tricks and have good boundaries about that. So goals, yes, but goals with boundaries. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. All right. And thank you, everyone, for your support of this deck. I'm just having way too much fun. Okay, Courtney. The baddie. The Queen of Vibes, the Queen of Wands. Mastering feminine energy. This week, man, creativity, spirituality, being in your power. That's what you really want to look at. That's what you really want to do. That's what you really want to be. Remember how strong you are. Remember how powerful you are. Remember how creative you are. All right. I think I got the whole Denise family there. If I screwed any of that up, let me know and I'll come back and fix it. All right. Hey, Melissa Grosso, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Melissa, you got a life coach. So, I mean, very literally, you want a reading this week? I don't know. Anyway. The Knight of Wands is actually a really great card. And I would see it so much about pursuing the essence of who you are, pursuing your creativity, your spirituality, your athleticism, pursuing the fire within you. Yes, you're a watery Scorpio, but Scorpios are the fiery water, and you've got that. And so pursuing that within you. And if that means letting people help you do that, by all means do that, because this is the thing. This is who you are, and this is what you must pursue. And the fact that it looks like there's opportunities to pursue that this week is a beautiful thing. All right. Caroline McLaughlin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here is a card for the week. Hey, you get the Eight of Wands, literally obsessed, manifesting in it. You're the second one to get this. Caroline McLaughlin. But I also see this card as swift motion. And I feel like things are going to happen very, very swiftly this week. So be careful where you put your attention. And, I think there is some ability to direct the energy as it flies through for you this week. So be open to that as well. Be open to how you direct your own energy and the energy that is around you. Recognize your power in that. Horace Van Dunn, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here's a card for the week for you. Temperance. I love that Temperance is eco-friendly, finding balance. I love that. Horace Van Dunn, this is you. Sorry, I lost. It takes a lot to keep your eyes in a lot of different places. Horace Van Dunn, thank you for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Temperance is your card, and I love this card. I love this card for you. I love in this case, they call it eco-friendly. And just this idea of how everything can work together. It's really perfect. And so there has been in your life recently, Horace Van Dunn, a lot of energy flying around. This week, I think you weave it all together. Rearrange your crystals this week, if you can. Clean and rearrange your crystals. Sorry. But you can see how that could come from Temperance. I mean, if you're a tarotist, you could see where that could come from that. All right. Lisa McCord, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you are well. Yeah. LOL, I'll always take a reading with you. You're so funny and cute. I love you. All right. Here we go, Lisa McCord. You get the Hierophant. So, once again, I think a lot of this is about job transition and whether there is sort of a leadership space where you should be and need to be in the current job, or if there is some transition that you need. One way or the other, though, this card empowers you. This gives you power for the week. It makes you aware of the power you possess. This week, you are the boss of it. So just be the boss of it. Seriously. Jeannie Mnuchin, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Here we go. I shuffled, but this is for you too. And Jeannie, this is such an interesting thing, because when we think about the Instagram guru, we think about sort of those influencers who so often, like, they're so famous, they're so popular, and so often, not always, they're not really masters. They're not as well educated. They're doing the things weird. Like in the tarot world, we laugh at some of the tarot influencers who are like, "Oh, you got the Three of Swords, all will be well." Really? Really? Right? So, there's this whole energy when you're an artist around authority, and who is the authority, but who has the knowledge of the authority. And to me, Jeannie, I think that, you don't need 20 million followers on Instagram. You don't. But you do need to have that seat of authority. And I think this week you're going to see more proof that you're getting there. Marion Newbury, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. The Six of Vibes. We love this. And like the last week or so, I wasn't so thrilled with your cards. So I'm really happy to see this, Marion. Six of Vibes, squad goals, better together. So, first of all, that I see the Six of Wands as a card of victory. This means success at work. This means success in the things you're trying to do. In this deck, they make it a community thing too. So success for the community, success for the group. One way or the other, it's a powerful card, and it suggests a powerful week ahead where you will be successful at the things you need to do. Petty, Christiana, you're the YouTube guru. Thank you. But, I'm so grateful for the subscribers I have on this channel. I love you guys so much, my subscribers, my members. But as, YouTube channels go, we're small. And I'm so okay with that, because quality. We got quality. All right. Tyrone Tarot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Tyrone Tarot, the Knight of Thoughts, or the Knight of Swords, the protest organizer, standing up and fighting. And so what I've seen is that for all knights are standing up and fighting. Now for me, and okay, so boomer versus millennial, for me, my knights are pursuing. And I think millennials are kind of saying, we've been pursuing for a long time. You've been pursuing. We've all been pursuing. Look where we're at. Time to stand up and fight. And you know what? It's not wrong. And so, okay, I'm good with that. So, for this week, Tyrone Tarot, speak your mind. Speak your mind, write your mind, use your words. Use your words, use your intelligence. Stand up for what matters to you this week, whether it's something in your own life, whether it's something about you, whether it's something for the greater good, whether it's something professional, whatever it is, be willing to stand up for it and use your voice. Jackie Masters, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. The Knight of Feels, the Knight of Cups. And again, Knight standing up and fighting. So there's the Knight energy. And here we have the Ally. So, if there is some situation where allyship seems particularly important this week, then take that for sure, because it's an important time on the planet that we ask for allyship when we need it, and that we be good allies to others, for all of us. So if there's something specific there for you, definitely take it. But you know, with the Knight of Cups, there is also a sense of pursuing joy, pursuing healing, pursuing love. And I feel like this week you may have a little space just to pursue the things that feel good in your heart. And please take that time and that space and that energy and do that. And Marion says, thank you, fun deck and good education for us boomers in millennial speak. Thank you for sharing it, Pamela. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Okay. Yolanda, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Here is a card for you. The Three of Fields, or the Three of Cups. The build-up. And in this deck, again, threes are going to be the build-up. Couples costume. I think that's kind of interesting here. It's a different take on this card than I would normally see. The Three of Cups normally, I just see as this joyous thing, this time to have fun. Here, there's almost a little masquerade about it, that we're pretending to have fun when we're maybe not. It may be a fake it till you make it thing. Make it okay for now, and maybe it will get better. So this week, Yolanda, try to have fun, try to feel good, try to enjoy the people around you in the best way that you can. And maybe that will make you feel better. Maybe that will make things feel better. Sarah 88, so nice to see you. Ooh, Sarah 88, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Thoughts, the Vision Board. And aces here are a new opportunity. So Sarah, this week, really be careful about what you say, be careful about what you think. I have not skipped you. I am doing Sarah, Kim Morris. I am doing Sarah 88 right now, and then I'm doing you next, is when I see you. And I'm looking forward to it. So this is for Sarah 88. The Ace of Thoughts, Ace of Swords. And it's the Vision Board. And I think that's so interesting. I was just tripping out on how interesting that is. But I think for you, Sarah, it's a good idea. Be careful about your thoughts, because your thoughts have power. Think about what you want in your life and move forward with it. You have a way forward. All right, Kim Morris, here we are. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Glad you are here. The Ten of Cups, the Ten of Fields, fam, the end result. And I mean, there's been a lot of family stuff for you, right? There's been births, there's been deaths, there's been all kinds of stuff. There's been caregiving. And so this week, what is that about? You know, is this about recovering? Is this about enjoying? Is this about gathering with chosen family? Like, how does this fit this week? One way or the other, it's good. It's about bringing in good feelings. It's about opening up to the positive things and the good things. And so whether it's about healing, escaping, enjoying, there is something here about healing. And there it is. Justine is not loving this deck, which is funny because it is sort of, I think, aimed toward you. So I think this is hilarious. But see, that's why you have so many older friends. That it makes sense. Okay. Carrie Donick, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Carrie, the 10 of thoughts. This is the 10 of swords. Can't even the end result. You're going through a thing, and this week you're going to feel it. There will be some stress. There will be some upset. It may be internal. It may be external. And here's the trick. If there's something you don't want to deal with, and you don't have to deal with it this week, you have my personal permission. Your tarot fairy godmother is giving you an excuse. Here is your written note. Okay, there it is. To put it off. It's a good week to procrastinate the BS that you can't even deal with this week if you don't have to. Seriously, you've got a lot on your plate. Be kind to yourself. You will get through the week. It will be okay. Things will be fine. Don't stay in your head too much. Michelle F., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Okay, here we go. The Page of Cups, or the Page of feels reversed. It's the card of coming out. And it's reversed. So Michelle F., the question is, what is it that you want to share that you haven't shared yet? Is it something that you need your higher self to share with yourself, or your unconscious self to share with your conscious self? Is it something you need to bring to consciousness? Is it a conversation you need to have with a friend? Is it a poem you need to write? What expression is ready to come out of you? This week, make it happen. Pamela Lath, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. This upcoming week may open new opportunities in my job while closing doors that I may not want to close yet. Sounds tricky. All right. Hey, this is not bad. 2 of Vibes is the 2 of Wands. New career, who dis? Making a choice, of course, for 2. I feel like you should hold your most positive vision for what you want this week. Exactly, like knowing what's possible. You know what's possible and what's not possible, and we should stay within the confines of this. This will not be a week of miracles, but it is a week of opportunity, and it's a week of opportunity for your vision. And so go in with your very clear vision of exactly what it is you want. And you've got real good opportunities here. You're not wrong. And it may be that you get the new opportunities and the doors do not close in the way that, that you're concerned about. Christine Hallowell, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The 5 of Feels, the 5 of Cups, the ick, a setback. I'm sorry. And it may not really be. They make all the 5s be a setback. I don't really see the 5s as setbacks. And I'm not loving, in my ongoing review of this deck, I'm not loving what they do with category. I like that they categorize the numbers. I don't like that they give that particular category. I don't like some of the particular categorizations that they give. I don't think the 5s are a setback. I don't. And I'm going to be a Karen about it in this situation. So the truth, Christine, I do feel like there are some things going on that are hard. I feel like there's been loss, there's been grief, there's been difficulty. And you have to acknowledge that. That's a damn fact, and this week may be hard. But there are good things here too, and do not forget about those good things. Hold space for grief, but do not live there. because there's good things waiting for you. Linda Armstrong, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. We appreciate you. Look at you. You get the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Fields, the card of family. And I think this week you will be spending some time with family, whether that's friends that feel like family, actual family, chosen family, people you haven't seen in a long time. And you really just want to enjoy that. You want to enjoy what it is to be loved, because you are. And you want to remember that you are loved. Pamela's Insight, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a moderator. I know you're now getting your card in replay, but we appreciate you so much. Page of Cups reversed. So I feel like you've got a lot of internal stuff this week. And the question is the internal stuff coming out? Should it come out? I say it should come out as art and writing, art and writing, art and writing. That's what you should be doing this week, and it's going to be painful and difficult, but do it anyway. TJ and GA, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey, you got it too. Could be a tough week for you with the 5 of Cups. Allow yourself the grace of healing. Allow yourself opportunity to heal this week. Make healing your priority this week. Bianca, nice to see you. Bianca Tarot. Here is a card. Claire C., look at you, the Fool, which in this deck is the millennial starting a new journey. But we remember that you can start a new journey at any age. And, well, actually, you are young. You are a millennial, I think. You're somewhere in there. I know you as a younger person. And so this is, like, you're exactly where you need to be, Bianca Tarot. And just recognize that the journey is yours. It's yours for the taking. And are there difficulties? Yes. Are there problems? Of course. Are there things that are unfair? Most certainly. But you are strong and you are smart and you can rise above it and you can do what you need to do. You just have to have the courage and believe in it. And for some reason, this comes up this week. So this week, don't do something stupid, but do something courageous this week. Chini Mnuchin, sex, drugs, and rock and roll is the standard association, as I remember, for boomers. Yeah, it's not wrong. All right, Sherry L., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, Sherry L., the Queen of Thoughts, the Queen of Swords, the independent woman, mastering feminine energy. So Sherry, you know, this could just be about recognizing this week the importance of your brain, your thoughts, your integrity, and your power. Be willing to use your voice. Be willing to use your words. And recognize that that might not only help you, it might help another person. Joyous Ocean, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Oh, Christine, thanks for that feedback. Joyous Ocean. There you go. 6 of Wands, card of victory. And it's a group thing. So this could be a victorious workshop, a victorious class. But this is really good. Something you're doing either this week or something you're preparing for this week is going to go really well. Hallelujah. See, I get into like my cheerleader mode. There was a time in life when I aspired to be a cheerleader. I was a gymnast, so it makes sense, right? All right. Okay. Baby Cakes, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here is a card for you. The Knight of Cups. So, in this deck, again, Knights is about standing up and fighting. So what are you standing up and fighting for this week? Probably your car. But I wonder, who can help you? I feel like there are people that can help you solve your problems this week. Reach out, find the people who can help you solve your problems, and you will solve your problems this week. Seriously. Nalini, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Cards for you and Brad, of course. Let's start with you. The Eight of Cups, inner work, and eights are marinating in it, which I think is really interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Like for me, I see eights more as motion. But I see where they're going with it, and I can sort of see it. But for me, Nalini, the Eight of Cups, I think you are doing your inner work, but I feel like you are moving forward in a really nice way, and it's hard and it's painful, but you're doing it. And this week, you're going to be feeling it. You're going to be feeling your feelings and thinking about how things have changed, what you've left behind and what you're moving toward. And you may not even know what you're moving toward, except in broad strokes and abstracts. Let that be enough. All right, and Brad. Brad, you get exactly the same card as Nalini. I shuffled. This is not coincidence. This is significant. You are each doing your own work, but if you both got these cards, maybe you're here to help each other do that work. Maybe that's what this friendship is about right now. But you have to do the work. You have to show up for the work. And sometimes that's hard. It takes time. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes a lot. It takes courage, but you got to do it. And you need to do it as individuals, and you need to do it together, and you need to support each other in it. Selima, Blue Wine, Spiritual Awakening. A card for you. Here we go. The Eight of Wands. So this week's going to go by very, very quickly. Pay attention to where you're putting your energy. And make sure you're putting your energy in a place that is serving you, because you have a lot of energy and it feels like it's not directed in a way that's going to help you. Put your energy in a way that it's going to help you. Barbie Bird, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Here's a card for the week. And I'd like to remind all the members, we have a members only live stream coming up 7 p.m. Eastern Time this coming Wednesday. The link is already up. It's a little hard to find right now. I'll make sure it's visible on everybody's face. All right. Barbie Bird, here we go. Oh, you too. You're like the third person to get this. This may be a tough week for you. You may be in some grief. There may be some difficulties. Allow yourself space. You may be healing. It may be a cumulative thing. It may be there's been a lot going on that you've needed to heal from. And so allow this space. Allow this space for healing. That's an interesting question, Betty. Eight of Swords versus Eight of Wands. I don't remember what the Eight of Swords here is. And the little white book doesn't exist because it's a QR code. I haven't done that yet. So there it is. Oh, Claire, your grandson is graduating on Wednesday. That's so cool. Okay, I'm sorry. There were interruptions. Barbie. Okay, so you're grieving your old life. That makes sense. But remember, hold space for that grief, but there is a new life for you. And that new life could be stupendous. So remember that too. Rosemary. Here we go. And there it is again. So for you, Rosemary, I want you to focus on your creativity this week. Whether it's creative problem solving, whether you're going to knit or sew or sing or dance or garden, whatever it is, create something. Maybe you're going to write. Maybe it's more athletic, because the connection between creativity and athleticism is it's really close. It's really close. So any of those things for you, especially this week, Rosemary. All right, Betty Flesher, here is a card for you. Betty Flesher, you're like the third person to get this. The Page of Cups reversed. And for you, I think it's about recognizing that your voice matters, that your voice is important, that your opinion matters, and that you actually have some things to share that people would find valuable. And maybe recognizing it this week is not a bad idea. Just saying. Hey, Teresa, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Here's a card for you. The Chariot. I love that. Van Life, making big moves. And Teresa, we all know you are making big moves. We know that. Graduating, starting your new program. You are on your way. You are in control of your life in a way that you've never been, and it is fabulous. And it's going to take you where you want to go, because guess what? You're in the driver's seat. Elaine D, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The Hermit, questioning society, off the grid. So, typically the Hermit is a card of wisdom, but it is also a card of being really careful about who you associate with. And I feel like this week you want to be careful about who takes your time and who takes your energy. And see what you can do about some boundaries. DH1, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Did I say DH1? You're not, there's no one there. You're just a DH. DH, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. The Seven of Swag, the Seven of Coins, hustle culture. And for them, 7 is stepping outside of the comfort zone. So, and like in the Weight deck, the 7 of Pentacles is the tired gardener. One way or the other, DH, you might be tired this week. And, there's a real question about where do you want to put your energy? Do you need to put your energy toward making money? If so, do. Is there a project that you're working on that's being problematic? Decide if the better benefit is to lean in or to step away just for a minute and let it rest for a minute. The real question for you this week is strategic and practical. What do you have to do to move yourself forward this week? All right. Okay, hang on. Over-scrolled. Here we go. Kyliz, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Please pull me a card. Can't resist this deck. I know, it's so fun, right? I shuffled, but you also got the 7 of swag. And my hair. Go away. Hang on. It's everywhere. All right. 7 of swag. Hustle culture. So for you, Kylas, I think it's about everything is difficult, and this week is going to be a hard week. Whatever it is you've got going on, whatever's on the calendar, whatever you've got, it's going to take some negotiation. It's going to take some navigation. Plan ahead and do it in a way that you can get everything done and check all the boxes without making it too egregious. So strategic planning is the word of the day for you. Karen Hendershot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Here's a card for the week. Ace of Thoughts, vision board, new opportunity. And you know, with vision board, we think about how our thoughts create realities. Our thought form creates real form. Not always, but it can. And especially if we direct it so to do. Karen, this week, remember your magic. Remember your ability to speak things into being. Use that ability to create things that you want, to lean things in the directions that are going to be advantageous to you. There are opportunities here this week, I'm telling you. Thanks for being here. Kathleen Patricia, nice to see you. And happy Mother's Day and Grandmother Day to you as well. King of Vibes, King of Wands, big D energy. That's so funny. And you know, in a way, that big D energy is like so necessary and like we all need it. Like, Kathleen, you've got it. You know, you move with authority. And really, you know, there's two sides to be big D energy as far as I can see. And millennials, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's like they're swinging it around a little bit too much, like they think they're all that. But sometimes it's because they are, you know, and they've really got that ability to make things happen. And for you this week, making things happen is what needs to happen. Whether that's internal or external, whether that's having to do with people around you or having to do with what you're doing in your life, this is a week for motion. That's the key. The King of Wands, a week for motion. D9, so nice to see you. Here's a card for you. There is that 8 of Vibes. Literally obsessed. The 8 of Vibes. D9. But remember that the 8 of Wands is also about motion. And it is like I can see the idea of just that fire. Like, if you okay, here's why I can see the 8 of Vibes, the 8 of Wands as literally obsessed. Because the obsession becomes a thing of its own. And the 8 of Wands is just this energy flying around, you know, and it's going from one thing to another, as I used to when I was literally obsessed with the Grateful Dead, going from show to show to show. And there's some Swifties doing that right now for the Eras Tour and having a great time. So, yeah, I see it. And for you, D9, so there's available energy. That's the reading for you, D9, for the week. There's energy available to you. How do you want to use it? How do you want to use the energy that is available to you to get you to where you want to go? What is the most efficient ability? What is the most efficient route to use your energy to get to where you want to go? There it is. All right, took me a minute to get there, but I got there. All right, Ashley, nice to see you. Here's a card for the week for you. Man, there's that Seven of Swords. You got to be careful who and what you trust. And you got to, you have to trust yourself. And if you're BSing yourself and you know you're BSing yourself, you have to stop. End of story. From here on out, it's got to be all about the truth. No being shady and no being around shady people. Seriously. Swati, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. The 10 of swag, the 10 of pentacles, generational wealth. So Swati, this is very good for home, for family, for money. This suggests a very good week, maybe getting some good news, maybe spending some time with family, maybe making some important connections that are going to help you. Oh, D9, very good. So use that energy. The energy is available to you. Okay, and good luck on those job interviews. That's a helpful card for that. JF1, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. JF1, here's that Page of Cups reversed. I wonder if you have a particular situation right now where there's a conversation you'd like to have, but you're not sure how to have it, or you can't have it because the person won't talk to you, or you're afraid to have it. So I think, JF1, the question is, this week, find a way to say what you need to say. Like that John Mayer song. Say what you need to say this week. That's the thing. Karen, I got you. If I am to create what I want, what if I don't know what I want? I know exactly what you want. You want a nice house in a place that you want to live with dogs and a great partner and a decent job where you make enough money and it doesn't stress you out too much and you have enough time to do your crafts. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's what you want. I mean, you can't make that all in 1 week, but you can start, because everything starts somewhere. Okay, Steph, nice to see you. There's that Ace of Thoughts. This week, be willing to begin new projects, Steph, and recognize the power of your own vision, of your own thought, of your own way forward. What is it that you want? Be willing to speak your truth and, recognize that you are a person of integrity. And when you see things around you that do not have integrity, it's really, really going to bug you, but be careful about your reaction. Justine. Karen, you were right as always. Justine, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Here's a card for you. Justine. Death. So this week, there may be a change. There may be something that happens. You meet someone new. You change your job. You change your attitude. You have a dream or some healing, or you find a great new therapist, or something's going to happen this week that's going to make a difference. So let's wait and see what it is. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be big. It might be internal. Sometimes it's just a realization and you're like, oh, well, that changes everything. But be open to something that changes things. All right. Martha Vick, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Two of Wands, new career. So I know you're not in a new career right now. Well, you kind of are in a weird way. And then you're planning what comes next. And I think this focuses on planning what comes next. Like some energy, even this week, needs to be spent on planning what comes next. And this little incarnation of what you're doing, but also like there's a lot about what comes next in a lot of ways. So looking at what comes next. Julie, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The 9 of Cups. Being blessed. So this is a great card. It's a card of wishes fulfilled. This week, be open to asking for what you want. Ask for the universe to give you what you want, and then do the work to get it going. I'm not saying you're going to get everything you want this week. I'm saying it's a good week to figure out what you want and be open to the possibility that why not you? Why not you? So there you go. All right. Bella Luna, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The 2 of Cups. Bella Luna, this is a good week for relationships. That can be friendships, that can be romance, that can be your own relationship with yourself. But make the relationships in your life a priority this week. If that's looking for relationships, make that a priority. One way or the other, make relationships a priority. All right. Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Okay, Tortoiseshell Moon, you get justice. You know, this week you want to really try to keep balance in your own life, but you may need to speak out for something. You may need to advocate for yourself or for another to make something better. And there may be some things here that are making you angry, and that anger may motivate you. And as long as you're not taking the anger out, but rather using the anger to inspire, you're good. All right, Mix You Air, you're up next. All right. Mix You Air, thanks so much for being here. Oh man, are you going through a tough time right now? It feels tough. It feels tough. And whatever you're going through, you're making it harder by what you're saying to yourself and what you're doing in your own head. Be kind to yourself. Be optimistic. Your problem will be solved with creativity. Your problem will not be solved with worry. Your problem will be solved with creativity. Your problem will be solved by trusting that you will solve your problem. Your problem will be solved by believing in your ability to solve your problem. We all believe in you. Cassia, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here we go. The Knight of Thoughts. So I think you are really trying to figure out how to make things work, and you're making changes, and that's all good. And there may be more changes you're thinking about making, and that's all good. But there's so much that's bugging you. You're going to be okay. You're going to get there. It's not always going to be that hard. That's what you need to know. This week, just stay smart, one foot in front of the other. Do what's logical. Do what makes sense. You're going to be okay, but it will get better. Hey, Shell, nice to see you. Okay, the next request is Lanata. Nice to see you. This is a deck that Justine is not going to get. That's funny. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Lanata. Ace of Thoughts. This week, be open to new things, new ideas. Be willing to try new things, and be willing to let people know what's on your mind. Okay. Next request, Kanchan Verma, nice to see you. Okay. Kanchan Verma, we get that big D energy for you, the King of Wands. This week, recognize you are moving toward your own authority and your own leadership. And do what you have to do to be judicious. Remember that as a leader, you must be judicious. That means to be strategic, not angry. Strategic, not angry. Say it with me. This week, I will be strategic, not angry. Christina R., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. You and Karen Winkle, certainly. All right. Here we go. Christina R., for your week ahead, the High Priestess, and remember, okay, this was in our 3-card weekly reading for very auspicious. The High Priestess is also the card I associate with being the nurse. So I feel like this is the week you're going to get some good news and some understanding about how things are going to work out for you career-wise and educationally in the next little bit. So I feel very, very good about this for this week. All right. Ha ha, Kanchan, I got you. I got you. All right. And Karen Winkle. Karen Winkle is a member here. We appreciate her very much. Page of Swag. Page of Pentacles. You know, the thing is, you're advanced in your career. You're a grandmother. But you're also still a student, and you're still youthful, and you're still young. And this week, recognize your youth and keep your sense of humor as you figure out new ways to make things work better personally and professionally. Be strategic. All right, thank you everyone for the feedback. I do read it. I don't always read it aloud, but I appreciate it. Okay, Melissa Bishop, you are the next request that I see. JF1, many conversations need to be had, but I just don't want to deal with people. I'm sorry, I get it. Okay, Melissa Bishop, thanks for being a member. Oh, wait a minute. There's also, hang on a minute. Yeah, Melissa Bishop, I feel like you are next up. Is that true? I think you are. Is that true? Hang on a minute. Yeah, I think so. All right. I'm nervous that I just skipped someone, so if I did, please let me know. Melissa Bishop, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. The 6 of Wands, this is going to be a good week for you. You've got to win. Celebrate your win, create your win, plan your win, and it's collaborative. So be collaborative with others, let others collaborate with you, and you're creating something wonderful. So, yeah, it's good. Kathy, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Kathy. Knight of Thoughts, Knight of Swords, grown-ass man, yeah. So Kathy, you know, the thing is, this is a card that speaks to maturity. It speaks to success. It speaks to leadership. It speaks to integrity. It speaks to being on top of your game. And so this week, that's the focus. You must be, you are, and you will be on top of your game this week. And Melissa, for your sister. Melissa, the devil, you'll notice that the devil is the F-boy. I think that's funny. So, sister, This week, be careful what you're attaching yourself to. Be careful how you're processing things, how you're perceiving things. Are you minimizing things that should be paid attention to? Are you over-spiritualizing things that really don't matter that much? What's going on here? What are you attaching to? Be careful. All right. Adrija Roy, so nice to see you. Adrija, here we go. The Six of Swords, which here we call Girls Trip, which I think is kind of interesting, better together. Of course, in the traditional way, we are sailing towards smoother waters, which is always a good thing. Whether or not you would see this as advocating time with female friends, I don't know. But typically, it's a sign of improvement. And this week, Adrija, this is a card that speaks very much to logical thought. Do not get caught up in your emotions. Stay logical and things will move forward smoothly. Get all emotional and things could get weird. So, logic rules the day. Okay. 206 Sweetness, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. The Hermit. This week, don't pay others too much attention. I mean, do what you got to do. Take care of the people you got to take care of and enjoy the people that you enjoy. But don't let people get in your face too much. And don't go out of your way to do things for people that don't appreciate it, that you're not responsible to. Be in your own energy and appreciate your own energy. That's your grounding. That's your wisdom. And it's from there that you build your success. My friends, from my perspective, I have come to the end. I want to thank you so much for being part of this exploration of this deck. I think this is such an interesting and clever deck. It's actually worth a full review. So I am likely to do that at some point. Meanwhile, you can watch my blind reaction to it right here on this YouTube channel. If you're a member of this channel, we've got a live stream coming up this Wednesday. It's a free-for-all. Whatever you want to talk about, we're talking about. Whatever you want to read about, we're reading about. We're just doing it. We're just doing it. How old are millennials? What is the definition of millennials? Are these people that came of age in the millennial decade or who were born in the millennial decade? This is what I do not know. Who can answer that? Like, I thought millennials were just like right now having, maybe there are people who turned 18 in the millennial decade. Maybe. So I don't know. Can anyone say that's a good thing to Google? I don't have my phone with me right now, but it would be a good thing to Google. So thank you for exploring this deck with me. If you're a member, please do join us at our members only live stream coming up this Wednesday. I really appreciate you. Please like this video if you didn't. If you're new here, please do subscribe. I appreciate all of you. And there is a link to book a reading with me right in the description. It's easy. Some of you already got me on text. Just text me. Book a reading. I do have availability this week. And thank you all so very much. Pamela Phillips, thank you so much. Thanks for being a member. And thank you for the super chat. Loved how you added to this deck. Well, that's what you got to do. If you're just saying what the card is, you're not giving a reading, right? You know, you got to actually make it work. You got to extrapolate it. That's the reading. And that's the skill, right? And that's what we try to teach here on this channel. All right, my friends, thank you so much.